The Price by Arthur Miller. We're in the attic of a Manhattan brownstone, soon to be torn down. Police Sergeant Victor Franz enters in uniform. He halts inside the room, glances about, walks a random few feet, then comes to a halt. He lets his gaze move from point to point, piece to piece, absorbing its sphinx-like presence. He looks at his watch, then his eye falls on the pile of records in front of the phonograph. It is a laughing record. Two men trying unsuccessfully to get out a whole sentence through their wild hysteria. He smiles, broader, chuckles, then really laughs. It gets into him. He laughs more fully. Now he bends over with laughter, taking an unsteady step as helplessness rises in him. Esther, his wife, enters. His back is to her. A half smile is already on her face as she looks about to see who is laughing with him. She starts towards him, and he hears her heels and turns. What in the world is that?
Oh, hi.
Sounded like a party in here. What is that?
Where did you get a drink?
I told you. I went for my checkup.
Boy, you and the doctor. I thought he told you not to drink.
I had one. One doesn't hurt me. Everything's normal anyway. He sent you his best.
Well, that's nice. The dealer's due in a few minutes, if you want to take anything.
Oh, dear God, here it is again.
The old lady did a nice job.
Yeah, I never seen it so clean. Make you feel funny?
No, not really. She didn't recognize me. Can you imagine?
Dear boy, it's 150 years. Huh.
What?
Time.
I know.
There's something different about it.
No, it's all the way it was. I had my desk on that side in my cut. The rest is the same.
Maybe it's that it always used to seem so pretentious to me and kind of bourgeois, but it doesn't have has a certain character. I think some of it's in style again. It's surprising.
Well, you want to take anything?
I don't know if I want it around. It's also massive. Where would we put any of it? That chest is lovely.
That was mine. The one over there was Walter's. They're a pair.
Oh yeah? Did you get a hold of him?
I called him again this morning. He was in consultation.
Was he in the office?
Yeah, the nurse went and talked to him for a minute. It doesn't matter as long as he's notified, so I can just go ahead.
She picks up a lamp.
Why don't I meet you somewhere? Oh, I'm sorry. Just take that over. Start over. She picks up a lamp.
She picks up a lamp.
Maybe you'd go in the bedroom.
Why don't I meet you somewhere? The whole thing depresses me.
Why? It won't take long. Relax. Come on, sit down. The dealer will be here any minute.
There's just something so damn rotten about it. I can't help it. It always was. The whole thing is infuriating.
Well, don't get worked up. We'll sell it, and that'll be the end of it. I picked up the tickets, by the way.
Oh, good. Boy, I hope it's a good picture.
Better be. Great, not good. $2.50 a piece.
I don't care. I want to go somewhere. God, what's it all about? When I was coming up the stairs just now, and all the doors hanging open, it doesn't seem possible.
They tear down old buildings every day in the week, kid.
I know, but it makes you feel 100 years old. I hate empty rooms. What was that screwball's name? Rented the front parlor, remember? The paired saxophones?
Oh, Saltzman. The one with the eye that went like that way.
Yeah. Every time I came down the stairs, he was there waiting for me with his 4 red hands. How do you ever get all those beautiful girls?
You must have smelled good. You'd actually come running up here, Victor, come down. I got extras.
And you did too.
Why not? It was free. You took it.
You never told me that.
No, that was before you, mostly.
You dog.
So what? It was the Depression. No, really, I think people were friendlier. A lot more daytime screwing in those days. McLaughlin sisters, remember, with the typing service in the front bedroom? My father used to say, in that typing service, it's $2 a copy.
And they're probably all dead.
I guess Saltzman would be. He was well along, although, Jesus, he wasn't either. I think he's about my age.
Well, where's your dealer?
It's 20 to 6. He should be here soon.
She plucks the heart.
That should be worth something.
I think a lot of it is. But you're going to have to bargain, you know. You can't just take what they say.
I can bargain, don't worry. I'm not giving it away.
Because they expect to bargain.
Don't get depressed already, will you? We didn't even start. I intend to bargain. I know the score with these guys.
She goes to the phonograph. What's this record?
It's a laughing record. It's a big thing in the 20s.
You remember it?
Very vaguely. I was only 5 or 6. I used to play them at parties. You know, see who can keep a straight face. Maybe they just sat around laughing. I don't know.
That's a wonderful idea.
You look good. I mean it. I said I'm going to bargain. Why do you go
I believe you. This is a suit.
Is that it? And how much? Turn around.
45, imagine? He said nobody buy it. It was too simple.
Boy, women are dumb. That is really handsome. See, I don't mind if you get something for your money, but half the stuff they sell is such crap. By the way, look at this collar. Isn't this one of the ones you just bought?
No, that's an older one.
Well, even so. I ought to write Consumers Union about these heels. 3 weeks. Jesus, look at them.
When you don't walk straight, you're not going in uniform, I hope.
Could have murdered that guy. I just changed him. McGowan was trying to fingerprint some bum, and he didn't want to be printed, so he swings out his arm just as I'm going by, right into my container.
Oh, God.
I gave it to that quick cleaner. He'll try to have it by 6.
Was there cream and sugar in the coffee?
Yeah,
He'll never have it by 6.
he's going to try.
Oh, forget it.
Well, it's only a movie.
But we go out so rarely. Why must everybody know your salary? I want an evening. I want to sit down in a restaurant without some drunken ex-cop coming over to the table to talk about old times.
Look, it happened twice. All these years, Esther. You know, it seems to me...
I know it's unimportant, but like that man in the museum, he really did... He thought you were the sculptor.
So I'm a sculptor.
Well, it was nice, that's all. You really do, Vic. You look distinguished in a suit. Why not? You should have taken down the name of that scotch.
All scotch is chemically the same.
I know. Some is better.
Look at that, will you? 5:30 sharp, he tells me. People say anything.
He moves with a heightened restlessness, trying to down his irritation with her mood. His eye falls on a partly open drawer of a chest, and he opens it and takes out an ice skate.
Look at that. They're still good.
He tests the edge with his fingernail.
They're even sharp. We ought to skate sometime. Esther, I said I would bargain. You see, you don't know how to drink. It only depresses you.
Well, it's the kind of depression I enjoy.
Hot diggity dog.
I have an idea.
What?
Why don't you leave me? Just send me enough for coffee and cigarettes.
Yeah, then you'd never have to get out of bed.
I get out once in a while.
I have a better idea. Why don't you go off for a couple of weeks with your doctor? Seriously, it might change your viewpoint.
I wish I could.
Well, do it. He's got a suit. He'd even take the dog, especially the dog. It's not funny. Every time you go out for those walks in the rain, I hold my breath. What are you going to come back with?
Go on, you love her.
I love her. You get plastered. You bring home some strange animal, and I love them. I don't love that goddamn dog.
Well, I want her.
Well, it won't be solved by a dog, Esther. You're an intelligent woman, and you can't lay around all day. Even something part-time. They'll give you a place to go.
I don't need a place to go. I'm not quite used to Richard not being there is all.
He's gone, kid. He's a grown man. You got to do something with yourself.
I can't go to the same place day after day. I never could and I never will. Did you ask to speak to your brother?
I asked the nurse. Yeah, he couldn't break away.
That son of a bitch, it's sickening.
Well, what are you going to do? You never had that kind of feeling.
What feeling? To come to the phone after 16 years? It's common decency. You're furious, aren't you?
Only at myself. Calling him again and again all week like an idiot. To hell with him. I'll handle it alone. It's just as well.
What about his share? I don't want to be a pest, but I think there could be some money here. You're going to raise that with him, aren't you?
I've been thinking about it. He's got a right to his half. Why should he give up anything?
I thought you decided to put it to him.
I've changed my mind. I don't feel he owes me anything, so I can't put up an act.
But how many Cadillacs can he drive?
That's why he's got Cadillacs. People who love money don't give it away.
I don't know why you keep putting it like charity. There's such a thing as moral debt. Vic, you made his whole career possible. What law said that he could only study medicine?
Esther, please, let's not cut back on that, will you?
I'm not back on anything. You were even the better student. That's a real debt, and he ought to be made to face it. He could never have finished medical school if you hadn't taken care of Pop. I mean, we ought to start talking the way people talk. There could be some real money here.
I doubt that. There's no antiques or...
Just because it's ours, why must it be worthless?
And what's that for?
Because that's the way we think. We do!
The man won't even come to the phone. How am I going to get a
Then
hold
write him
of
a letter. Bang on his door. This belongs to you.
What are you so excited about?
Well, for one thing, it might help to make up your mind to take your retirement.
Well, it's not been the money that's been stopping me.
Then what is it? I just thought that with a little cushion you could take a month or two until something occurs to you that you might want to do.
That's all I think about right now. I don't have to think.
And nothing seems to come of it.
Is it that easy? I'm going to be 55. You just don't start a whole new career. I don't understand why it's so urgent all of a sudden.
All of a sudden? It's all I've been talking about since you came illegible. I've been saying the same thing for 3 years.
Well, it's not 3 years.
It's been 3 years in March. It's 3 years. If you'd gone back to school, then you'd almost have your master's by now. You might have had a chance to get into something that you love to do. Isn't that true? Why can't you make a move?
I'll tell you the truth. I'm not sure the whole thing was a little unreal. I'd be 54, 55, by 60 by the time I could start to get anything going.
But you always knew that.
It's different when you're right on top of it. I'm not sure it makes any sense now.
Well, this is exactly what I tried to tell you 1,000 times. It makes the same sense it ever made. But you might have 20 more years, and that's still a long time. You could do a lot of interesting things in that time. You're so young, Vic.
I am.
Sure. I'm not, but you are. God, all the girls goggle at you. What do you want?
It's hard to discuss it, S, because I don't understand.
Well, why not talk about what you don't understand? Why do you expect yourself to be an authority?
Well, one of us has to stay afloat, kid.
You want me to pretend everything's great? I'm bewildered, and I'm going to act bewildered. I've asked you 50 times to write that letter to Walter.
What's this with Walter again? What's Walter going to do?
He is an important scientist, and that hospital's building a whole new research division. I saw it in the paper. It's his hospital.
Esther, the man hasn't called me in 16 years.
But neither have you called him. Well, you haven't. That's also a fact.
What would I call him for?
Because he's your brother. He's influential, and he could help. Yes, that's how people do, Vic. Those articles he wrote had real idealism. There was a genuine human quality. I mean, people do change, you know.
Sorry, I don't need Walter.
I'm not saying you have to approve of him. He's a selfish bastard, but he just might be able to put you on the track of something. I don't see the humiliation.
I don't see why it's all such an emergency.
Because I don't know where the hell I am, Victor! I'll do anything if I know why, but all these years we've been saying, once we get the pension, we're going to start to live. door for 25 years and suddenly it opens and we stand there. Sometimes I wonder, maybe I misunderstood you. Maybe you like the department.
I hated every minute of it.
I did everything wrong, I swear. I think if I demanded more, it would have helped you.
That's not true. You've been a terrific wife.
I don't think so. But the security meant so much to you, I tried to fit into that. But I was wrong. God, just before coming here, I looked around at the apartment to see if we could use any of this, and it's all so ugly. It's worn and shabby and tasteless, and I have good taste. I know I do. It's like everything was always temporary with us. It's like we never were anything. We were always about to be. I think back to when the war, when any idiot was making so much money, that's when you should have quit. I knew it. I knew it!
That's when I wanted to quit.
I had one drink, Victor, so
Don't change the story. I wanted to quit and you got scared.
Because you said there was going to be a depression after the war.
Well, go to the library. Look up the papers around 1945. See what they were saying.
I don't care!
I swear, S. Sometimes you make it sound like we have no life at all.
God, my mother was so right. I can never believe what I see. I knew you'd never get out if you didn't during the war. I saw it happening and I said nothing. You know what the goddamn trouble is?
What's the goddamn trouble?
We can never keep our minds on money. We worry about it, we talk about it, but we can never seem to want it. I do, but you don't. I really do, Victor. I want it. Vic, I want my money!
Well, congratulations.
You go to
I
hell!
wish you'd stop comparing yourself to other people, Esther. That's all you're doing lately.
Well, I can't help it.
Well, you're going to be a failure, kid, because there's always going to be someone ahead of you. What happened? I have a certain nature, just as you do. I didn't change.
But you have changed. You've been walking around like a zombie ever since the retirement came up. You've gotten so vague.
Well, it's a decision. I'd like to feel a little more certain about it. Actually, I started to fill out the forms a couple of times.
And?
I suppose there's some kind of finality about it.
But what else did you expect?
It's stupid, I admit it, but look at that goddamn form and you can't help it. You sign your name to 28 years and you ask yourself, is that all? Is that it? The trouble is, when I think of starting something new, that number comes up, 55, and all the steam goes out. But I'll do something, I will. I don't know what it is. Every time I think about it, it's almost frightening.
What?
Well, like when I walked in here before, this whole thing, it hit me like some kind of craziness. Piling up all this stuff here like it was made of gold. I put up every stick, damn near saved the carpet tax. The whole way I was with him, it's inconceivable to me now.
Well, you loved him.
I know, but it's all words. What was he? A busted businessman like thousands of others, and I acted like some kind of mountain crashed. I tell you the truth, every now and then the whole thing is like a story somebody told me. You ever feel that way?
All day, every day.
Come on.
It's the truth. The first time I walked up those stairs, I was 19 years old. And when you opened that box with your first uniform in it, remember that? When you put it on the first time, and we laughed? If anything happened, you said you'd call a cop. It was like a masquerade. And we were right. That's when we were right.
You know, Esther, every once in a while, you try to sound childish.
I mean to be. I'm sick of the... Forget it. I want a drink.
Well, that's the great adventure. Where are you going all of a sudden?
I can't stand it in here. I'm going for a walk.
Cut out the nonsense.
I'm not an alcoholic!
You've got a good life compared to an awful lot of people. Trying to turn into a goddamn teenager or something?
Don't talk childishness to me, Victor. Not in this room. You let it lay here all these years because you can't have a simple conversation with your own brother and I'm childish? You're still 18 years old with that man. I mean, I'm stuck, but I admit it.
Okay, go ahead.
You got a receipt? I'll get your suit. I just want to get out of here.
It's right off 7th. The address is on it.
I'm coming back right away.
Do as you please, kid. I mean it.
You were grinding your teeth last night. Did you know that?
No wonder my ears hurt.
I wish I had a tape recorder. I mean, it's gruesome. Sounds like a lot of rocks coming down a mountain. I wish you could hear it. You wouldn't take this self-sufficient attitude.
It's okay. I think I get the message.
Like what?
What other message is there?
What's that?
It's one of my old radios that he made. Mamma mia, look at those tubes.
Would that work?
You need a storage battery.
What?
One of my batteries exploded. One right through there someplace, see? That's where the plaster's different.
Is that the one you got Tokyo on?
Yeah, this is the monster.
Why don't you take it?
It's useless.
Didn't you once say you had a lab up here, or did I dream that?
Sure, I took it apart. Pop and I moved up here. Walter had that wall, and I had this. We did some great things up here. I'll be frank with you, kid. I look at my life, and the whole thing is incomprehensible. I know all the reasons and all the reasons, and it ends up nothing. It's strange, you know. I forgot all about it. We'd work up here all night sometimes, and it was often full of music. My mother would play for hours down in the library. Which is peculiar because the harp is so soft. Penetrates, I guess.
You're dear. You are, Vic.
I'll have to call another man. Come on, let's get out of here. We'll get my suit and get rich.
Vic, I didn't mean it like that.
Forget it. Wait, let me put these away before somebody walks off with them.
He takes up the foil and mask. Can you still do it?
No, you have to be in shape for this. It's all in the thighs.
Well, let me see. I never saw you do it.
All right. I can't get down far enough.
He takes position, feet at right angles, bouncing himself down to a difficult crouch. Maybe you could take it up again.
No, it's a lot of work. Toughest sport there is.
Resuming position.
Okay, just stand there.
Me?
Don't be afraid. It's a beautiful foil. See how alive it is? I beat Princeton with this.
He laughs tiredly and makes a tramping lunge from yards away. The button touches her stomach. God, Victor!
What?
You look beautiful.
Blackout.